Y'all hear me?
What's good, YouTube? What is good, YouTube? It's your boy, Showstopper, man, and we are back for the first podcast. Get ready to bust your gun. We are here. We are ready. You know what I'm saying? The squad is ready. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to warn everybody right now. Our opinions is our opinions. It's going to be some opinions we sit here and say that's going to make you happy. Some gonna make you sad, and some of y'all just gonna sit here and be like, man, show that daggone bot. I can't stand him. He's just irritating. Man, you ain't gonna like it. But at the end of the day, it's our opinions. And I got an all-star lineup. My man David Whitaker, which is famed ENT, he couldn't make it. He has some family things going on, and we send him, our respect and love to him and everything like that. And he just has some things going on there. But other than that, y'all, let's get ready for this all-star lineup that I have. I want to introduce my first cast member that was on the show, man, and he's been here a long time. He's a vet. You know what I'm saying? And I respect his opinion, man. That's my boy PTK Blam. Give you a shout out, bro.
What's going on, everybody? Here on the Bust Your Gun podcast, I told you guys we had something lit lined up for you guys all week. For the last couple weeks, I've been trying to hold this in. I really let anybody know, not let the cat out the bag too early, but I'm really happy to be here. We're doing this show. Showstopper is a good friend of mine, an OG in the Xbox community, an OG in this gaming, man. I am ready to talk some games. Let's get it. Let's get ready to bust the guns, man. I'm locked and loaded today.
He locked and loaded, and that's what I'm talking about. Get that bad boy, cock it, and get ready to blast, because we getting ready to go ahead and go into some topics in a minute. And I got my man. He just came in. He slid in on the low, and he thought I didn't see him, but he's here. I love this dude. I first met him. He was doing a podcast, man. It was a long time ago. It was the Truth Be Told podcast he was doing. And he was the only one on there, man. It don't matter if it was PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, whatever it was, PC, whatever it was. He was always on there busting his gun, and I respect him so much. Grimpachi, give you a shout out, bro.
Yo, what's up, man? I made it at the last second. But yeah, man, I'm ready. It's been a while since I did a podcast, but I think I still got it. So we're going to go ahead and get into it.
You still got it? You still ready to shoot? He said it's been a while. What you like? It's been a long time, but it didn't left me. We ready. All right, so what we got, PTK Blam? What we got today, man?
Man, we got some great topics lined up. Now, before we go any further, guys, all right? Before we go any further, as you guys come in, drop a like. Drop a like on the video. Drop a like on the podcast, man. It helps it be seen. Appreciate the love and support from everybody, man. We're going to go ahead and just start with a real big one today. This is something that the community, if you're on Twitter, maybe not on Twitter, you may have still even heard about it. We're talking about the PSN, or essentially PlayStation, not necessarily coming out and saying it, but reports or around the community and rumors that there is going to, they want essentially PSN talking about the on PSN, or essentially on every single device. So it's crazy. So we're going to go ahead and break that down. You guys let us know in the chat what's going on, how you guys feel about it. So that's what we're talking about today.
You said the PSN on every device. Yes. Okay, let's get started on there, man. The thing is that a lot of Sony guys had got on Xbox guys about, Xbox saying that any device. It was a big thing. Red Dragon came out and everybody was trolling about it. It was a big thing on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? It was a big thing in Facebook groups and different little things of that nature. And, and when it was on Xbox side, it was doom and gloom. It was just, now this it's all the Xbox exclusives is gone. You're not gonna Xbox ain't gonna have no exclusives. It's none of that trash. You know what I'm saying? It was just on every device, and they say PlayStation would never do this, and then here we go. We find out PlayStation is doing this trash. You know what I'm saying? And they putting everything on every device, and and it's not a bad thing, but the way they set it up to attack Xbox guys was the fact that it was a bad thing. And I got on multiplayer podcast with Zaire, and I had a pony come and tell me we was going back and forth, and they did not want to take that L. But at the end of the day, this is a business. Streaming is probably the way to go, and this is the way it's gaming is going. It's in a streaming direction. I don't know if it's going to be for everybody, but that's why you have different devices to be able to play on. And you know, your boy showed to say, hey, whatever it is, we're ready for it, and I'm ready to go. How you feel about it, Grimpachi?
Well, man, you know, a while ago they would talk about like the PS Now being on everything, and the Sony boys didn't like it then, but I think they forgot. You know, they forgot that was gonna happen, and Sony said, "Oh, we still doing that shit." So now now it's time for the Xbox people to, you know, it's fun. It's console war bullshit. So they're like, "Oh, you teased us, now we're gonna tease you." Now they don't want to get teased. You know, that's just basically what that boiled down to. In the end, you know, I'm not into streaming. I don't oppose it, but every time I try to use it, shit don't work. So, you know, if they ever get it working, you know, that's fine. I may use it every now and again.
The
whatever,
Google stream, the Google one that they had a beta for it, man. It works. Yeah. It works. It worked it flawless, man. I mean, we was playing Assassin's Creed and did everything to mess it up and nothing. It was no lag whatsoever. It was just like you was playing on a console at home.
Yeah, that's crazy. So,
zero lag.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So I mean, just to jump in here, if you don't mind, Show.
Go ahead.
Essentially, like we said, we all know what happens. Okay, Microsoft sets the precedence, and then Sony comes behind Microsoft. Or you know, that tends to be the way this thing goes. We've seen this before. We've seen it back on the OG Xbox with the broadband Ethernet port. You know, PS2 didn't have one. You know, Microsoft said, "Hey, let's put one of those on because that's going to be where the future's at." Sony was like, we don't know about that. Nobody really has broadband internet. Everybody was using dial-up. But lo and behold, next couple years, broadband takes off. You need an Ethernet port. Then Xbox Live with the 360, there was no type of hub on PlayStation. They didn't have a PlayStation Now service, essentially, at that point, a hub where you could just get everything you needed. They had a home screen. That was about it. There wasn't much going on there. They tried a bunch of different iterations. So this is really something that Microsoft is definitely set up for. I think this is perfect for them. They've already talked about the X-Play. And Sony, I don't even know if their infrastructure can handle it. You know, they're going to have to look at this from a different standpoint because they're likely going to have to use a lot of other people's products as far as like Amazon servers, all these different types of things to pull this off. Xbox this is all done from home. They're doing this from in-house. They have enough cash. They have enough infrastructure. They're a tech company, the maybe one or two biggest one in the world. So I think for Sony, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll definitely see how it works out.
Oh, that's great, man. I mean, I'm looking at that, and it's just, you know, everything is going that direction, you know. And I mean, when I say everything is going that direction, that's where the competition is going to be in, because Google came in, and that's what changed the game. You know, when Google stepped in and said, "Hey, we gonna now invest in this type of service," and you know, so now you know Microsoft and Google always been competing, and that's who Microsoft look at as their competition. So they've been competing. So Amazon, Apple, you know how it is, and so you know if anybody want to be in that echelon of companies that's making money, you got to do what they doing, you know, or you're gonna get left behind, especially if it takes off. So I'm all for it. You know, and I'm just ready, you know what I'm saying, to see what that comes up. So it's going to get interesting pretty soon. I'm wondering what third party going to do with it, with their games, and how that's going to play out. Is you're going to have to buy 2 different ones or 3 different ones if you on different streaming services, how they're going to work that out. It looks like it's going to be interesting, man, because they're going to be really fighting for gamers, you know, so we'll see how that works. But other than that, what else we got, man?
All right, man. So let's keep rolling along here, man. Once again, everybody in the chat right now, not only do we ask these questions to the panel here, we also ask them to you. So let us know in the chat what's going on, how you guys feel about what we're talking about. So moving on, there was essentially a rumor going around. Shout out to Clover. I don't know if you guys know who that is or follow him on Twitter, but this guy's batting average has been like high as hell for the last like 6 months. As far as like everything he tweets out, yeah, you could say insider, but he's been damn near dead on. I'm pretty sure he's been about like 85 to 90% accurate. So he put out a tweet essentially basically breaking down that Xbox is almost, I want to say guaranteed because it's not what he said, but they're in a great position to have the best price and the most powerful console the next generation. So best price and most powerful. Now, however you guys figure that they're going to pull that out, that's what we're talking about here today. So it's on you, Show, man. Best price and most powerful. Is that something that you expected from Xbox, or was that, you know, you saw that coming already?
No, I mean, I know they wasn't going to give the power advantage no more back to.
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah, I don't think Microsoft would ever allow that, because at the beginning of this generation, that was bad. I mean, it was a bad case of Reds, boy. I mean, goodness, boy. I mean, they had Reds so bad, boy. It was resolution, 1080p. You know what I'm saying? And if it was 1080p, or give me death. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's how it was in the earlier stages of this. And then when Microsoft killed the power concept, you know, ponies went to something else. So, but it was just, that was a hard time right there for Microsoft at that time, man, because they had to deal with the backlash. Not only the backlash, the 1080p, the console being, you know, it was called the 720p box. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that. It was bad early on. And just for them to turn it around and you know, and make something out of this generation, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was hard fight for them to get up out of that, but they turned around and made something out of it. So, you know, it's profiting for them. So, you know, I'm kudos to Microsoft for that. So, but other than that, man, I know they wasn't gonna get the power away no more. I know they was not gonna allow the cheaper box no more. So that's why they putting out different SKUs. You know what I'm saying? And different iterations of it. So they go on a PC route. Now, I told everybody this a while back that Microsoft is going the PC route. And I told them, I said, they putting everybody on the same playing field. And once they went to that that Windows 10, and they developed it with gamers in mind, and they made it to where it could stream seamlessly across any device. And that's what I'm talking phones, tablets, whatever. They putting everybody on that same playing field. And I said, in order for us to move gaming forward, we have to be on the same playing field. You can't have, you know what I'm saying, these people doing this and this doing that. Somebody got to unify. And Microsoft was the flagship of that. So what they did, they took this generation to get their streaming service and their ecosystem and worked on that, and they said, hey, we count this as a loss, and we move on. And that's what they did. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it. How you feel about it, Real?
I mean, when it comes to the power conversation, like, I've always had this theory, and I could be hella wrong. It's just a theory.
Yeah, go ahead.
If Sony, you know, it'd be kind of awkward. What if the PS5 not even matching the Xbox One X? Or it's like on the same level. At that point, that'd be kind of, you know, a little, like, I'm just thinking like this. I don't believe they even using the full power of the Xbox One X. Really? I think they just doing the bit. I don't really think they really, because you got to think most of the games still gotta be made so they can be used on the original Xbox One.
Sure, they
so imagine if it get to a part. It's just like they're going the PC route. Well, if you know anything about PC, I mean, you know, you could keep playing games on it, but eventually, you know, the game's gonna get so demanding that you can't run the game no more, or you're gonna be running at so low settings.
Right.
I think it's gonna get to a point where Microsoft is just like, yo, if you got the original Xbox One, you got to upgrade. Okay. Then they're gonna flip a switch, send a software update, allow the system to really use its power. And you never know, Microsoft might, you know, while Sony announced PS5, Microsoft might come out and say, hey, our next gen console, hey, you got Xbox One X, you already got it. Update coming out tonight. You never know. That would be so crazy, because it would be kind of like, okay, it's 500, might even be cheaper by the time next year come around.
Right.
And if you already bought it, you already got it. You ain't gotta do nothing.
That's a crazy concept. I never even thought about that.
You ain't even gotta do nothing.
Yeah,
because I think the PS4 Pro is doing everything that thing can do. I don't really think the Xbox One X, you know, like, because a lot of times when you compare the Pro to the Xbox One X comes out on top, but not by much. It's just a bare minimum thing. So if it's really as powerful as it said, it may be, I think at the very least, maybe if you're talking like, it could probably do more in 4K, but 1080p, 60 frames per second, more games could be 1080p, 60 frames per second on the X.
Yeah. And
you know, at the sacrifice of that, it's not going to be 4K, obviously, but that you may get that option.
True, so, like the Forza option, the you know, Horizon 4 option, where you get the 4K 30 or the 1080 60. Yeah. So that would be cool. I never considered that option. That's a
PC concept too, though. You know what I mean? That's exactly what that is. And that's what I mean. Like, they're gonna put us all on that same. You know, options is good. I think people don't like to be restricted. You know what I'm saying? I think they don't like their gaming habits to be restricted. So you know, if you give them the freedom to do whatever with their games, you know, especially a game you purchase, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all.
Absolutely. So I mean, agree with before we jump on to the next topic and move on, but my opinion, essentially on this is just, I think that's a dope flip too, Grandpachi. I didn't even consider that, bro. Like you said, you know, that would be because Sony's in kind of a weird position with the fact that they announced we're not doing an E3, so we're not, the first half of the year is shot. Whatever's coming out, that's whatever Sony has till June at least, right? They haven't confirmed that they're not doing a PSX next year, so there may or may not be doing one. I tend to think they are. I don't think they're gonna go a full calendar year with nothing. I don't think that they can let that happen. I don't think they go 12 months with no show, no news, because by the time they do whatever PSX they may be doing, it'll be damn near 12 months at that point. So if they're not doing anything around E3, so I think they're in a weird position, and that would essentially chop the legs right off of any type of early, you know, release that Sony may drop, because people are thinking Sony's pretty much washed. They're gonna go ahead and let Days Gone come out. They're gonna go ahead and let Dreams come out. They're gonna go ahead and let The Last of Us 2 come out. I don't think Last of Us 2 or like Ghost of Tsushima are gonna be 2019. I think the only thing maybe this year, next year, is Death Stranding. Yeah. I think that's the only thing that's close to being released.
They said they gave a release date for Days Gone. I think it's in April.
Oh, sometime. I mean, sorry, Days Gone. I'm not including Days Gone. That's this year. I mean, that's this coming year. Sorry.
Yeah, it's coming year.
I'm not including that. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima, the big ones that are left. Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, and Death Stranding. Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding. Out of those three, the big games, I think Death Stranding is the only one realistically next year that can come out. And I think if Xbox comes out and says, yeah, like he said, what Grandpachi was saying, that would be a cool flip, because that would essentially catch everybody out surprise. Even if Sony did do a PSX and say, here's our PS5, that's a dope response to it. It's almost like a rap battle response. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm trying to figure out how strong the next console's going to be, because the X is already doing 4K. And it's doing it kind of comfortably at 30. You know what I mean? So,
well, based on what we know, it's doing it pretty easy at 30. Based on what Digital Foundry said.
So you got to think like, what is going to be? What they're going to put out that's stronger than that?
Well, I don't know if you want to chime in on this, Grandpachi. You may be more of a PC dude than I am, but aren't they been talking about the Ryzen chipset from all of that kind of stuff, like that new chipset that came out?
I mean, I've been hearing about that stuff, but I haven't been paying that much attention to it. But I mean, at this point, the power conversation is kind of like silly, because even if you look at like what's one of the best looking games that just released, like you could look at maybe a Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Okay, most people say that's one of the best looking games right now. But I keep trying to tell people, go play Infamous Second Son, go play. Even though that game is trash, go play Killzone that came out in the PS4.
Killzone,
go play Rise.
Yeah.
You go play. I'll be honest, Rise trash too. Go play Rise.
No, I mean the visual.
I know. Yeah, if just visually speaking, it's like this is the first generation where I can go to the beginning, the launch, and be like, "Hey, man, the graphics they've been getting better, but it's been so minor." It's kind of like this. I say this with every game. Almost every game that they look amazing. To the point, I can't even it's not even like it just looks amazing because they do something different with the visual. Like God of War, that game looks great from a technical standpoint, but if you've ever played it, it's like all the colors and it's the way they did the artwork.
Yeah.
At this point, how many more hair follicles can I see on a motherfucking face? You know what I'm saying?
How many blades of grass can you count still?
Yeah, how many blades of grass? How many more blades of grass can I see? Like at this point, I just think that the graphics thing is silly. So I think what Microsoft and Sony should do is focus on stability, because if let's say what's that new game, the Metro game, them games always been done for the graphics. If that come out on the PS4 and Xbox One looking like it did at E3, honestly, to people that know about the technology, they'll probably be thinking, why the fuck are they making new systems anyway? Even if they tap these systems, well, if the games ain't being pushed, because it costs too much money. You can't just keep pushing visuals every time.
Yeah.
I think next generation, for the generation to come, or maybe a couple years, they might be kind of chilling out with visuals. Now, what you might get is bigger worlds and shit like that. You need better CPU power for that. That's where the CPU is. But as in just giving you visuals all day, I think we don't hit a point where it's kind of like pointless. Because unless you purposely try to make your game look shitty, like Fallout, everything looks amazing. It's like remember this whole year. Oh, God of War, the best looking game. Then the next game come out. Detroit's the best looking game. Then it's like, damn, the game just came out a month ago.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point. You're right as far as visuals go, because you're right. It's just, if you go back, some people, if you went back on a nice 1080p OLED TV or whatever, even a nice just HD TV, Rise looks amazing. Infamous looks amazing. So you're right. The gap as far as like, because it's definitely.
Yeah, we losing. What happened?
Wait, what happened to Pete? Did
I
he
don't
just
know.
drop his mic? He don't drop the mic.
Pony's got him.
They don't choke my man. Oh, look how he fumbling.
I think he dropped the mic or something.
He dropped the mic or something, because we don't hear you, PTK, no more, boy. He don't bought it out of here. But go ahead.
I had just got that. I had just got me a new 4K TV. I ain't even got no 4K shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no 4K. I ain't got no HDMI 2.0.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just got the TV. I needed a new TV anyway, and it was cheap. I got a Samsung 4K TV, and I swear, showstopper, everything look better on this TV. I'm still on 1080p.
The TV that what you got a what now? A Samsung.
It was I think it's a Samsung 4K TV. It got the HD what you call that, the fucking HDR shit and all that. But I don't have the cords or device to display nothing. I got a normal Xbox One. I got a normal PS4. I ain't got nothing for 4K. But I'm just saying the screen quality.
Got you.
Make everything look better. You know what I'm saying? So it's at this point, man. I'm just listen. If this shit look phenomenal as it is, if I play some shit in 4K, my eyes might melt. I don't know what's going to happen.
Hey, listen, I got a 4K TV, and it's a Samsung, but it's nice, man. It's solid, bro. I mean, I be in here looking, be like, God,
man,
my eyes is moist. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it'd be crazy. I'll get to tearing up, bro. It's like I'm watching The Onion. You know what I'm saying? It just tearing up.
What's so funny is it does mess with your eyes. If you're not used to having a 4K TV, go to Walmart or some electronic store and try to go in the aisle. It'll mess up your eyes if you're not used to looking at 4K because of the difference in the way things look. But it's pretty hilarious.
All right. So what we got else, man? What else we got?
All right, man. Let's keep it moving here. Thanks for everybody showing up, man. Appreciate you guys in the chat. 38 people here. Drop a like on the video, man. Let's keep it moving. So the next thing, it's going to be fun. I know Show got a lot to say about this. We was talking about this a little bit pre-game. So Razer, if you guys don't know, Razer and Xbox have collaborated, on the PC mouse and keyboard side. So that's what we're getting into. They announced the Razer turret. I think it was earlier this week.
Let me pull that up real quick.
They announced a Razer turret earlier this week. The crazy part about it was that essentially their marketing is the elite version of a Razer and keyboard. Although the Razer and keyboard, it varies in price a lot. Their starting price is about $250. So that's the biggest thing about this whole thing. So Grimpachi, I don't know if you saw that news. I'm not sure if that's a big deal to you. Maybe you don't care about mouse and keyboard, but what do you think about that news?
The Razer keyboard where you can sit down with it.
Yeah.
Sit down. They've had stuff like that before. I mean, as long as the shit is sturdy and the space for the mouse works, I think it's gonna work out pretty well because a lot of people get tired of sitting at their computer desk or whatever, and they sometimes want to relax with the keyboard and mouse. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I see it working for console gamers because people who just mainly play on PC. They're gonna just want to go to the computer desk, and at that point, they think it's pointless. So
yeah,
I know Microsoft allows you to, they're going to allow you to use keyboard and mouse on Xbox One. So for people who want to dabble with that, that'd be perfect for them because you ain't got to be at no desk, none of that shit. You can just plug the shit up or wirelessly play it and play from your sofa. That's gonna work for them. And for it's gonna be a good device because you gotta think. not only will Xbox people buy it, but there's a chance people who got computers would just buy it. So
True.
you mess with two different markets. So from a business standpoint, I don't see how you can mess up. And plus, Razer's always been pretty good brand for PC people. So it should work out pretty well.
You think the 250 is okay? The 250? You think that's not a stretch?
$250?
Yeah.
Hey, look, does shit light up?
It does light up, but I mean, a lot of keyboards light up.
But look, you got to look at the capabilities of it too, because
I'm just telling you about PC people real quick. The bitch light up, and when you press the PC people are like little children. If your keyboard is mechanical and it, like every time you talk to a motherfucker online, you hear the click, 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 click. They just like listen to that noise, and the shit light up. Oh, they'll buy anything.
Bust your gun.
Bust your gun, Grill. Go ahead and bust your gun, bro. Oh man, that's funny.
That's hilarious. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
right, Sean,
I mean,
I
look at it like, you know, I like the features that they have with it. You know, when your enemy is hurt, you know, it's gonna like one of your partners, if y'all in like a Call of Duty games or something like that, or a Battlefield, and they wounded and they need to be saved, it'll flash red, you know what I'm saying, the light will, and it's like different colors to do different things based off of what's happening in the game. And I think that's slick. And like you said, PC gamers will probably be all over this. And I look at this as another thing of bringing old PC games that you probably couldn't get unless it had mouse and keyboard support, because that's the only way they made it to be ported over to the new consoles and everything like that. So
a lot of PC games that are PC only.
Yeah, PC only, and I think that's another thing that they are just forwardly thinking, saying, "Hey, this is the route to go. This way, no gamers left behind. Even PC gamers are not left behind if they don't want to be, at their PC. But a lot of PC gamers say, "Hey, I'm gonna stay a PC dude. I'm gonna stay at my my little seat there, and I'm comfortable doing that. But if you want to sit down on the couch or whatever, or still have that same PC feature, this is good for you. But to me, $250, I don't know.
That's tough. That's tough, bro.
That's a tough sale, man.
There's no market for it. All. This is the first, so there's really that you can't look at one. You can look at the PC keyboard and mouse, but you could go right now to Walmart, get a $30 Logitech keyboard and a $20 mouse, or even cheaper depending on the sale. That work just as good. So I think the bells and whistles. That's why I said it's like the Elite controller. It's for the hardcore gamer, the hardcore PC player that does want to transition to a console and have that same similar experience. Like, I still love my keyboard and mouse. I can't do a controller. If they want that experience, they're gonna get it. But $250, bro, that is a stretch if you look at PC prices as far as like keyboard and mouse. Now, let's be honest, you can find keyboards and mouse way more expensive than that for PCs, but that's a reach. Generally though, $250, that's kind of tough, man. But I understand, like you said, Show, a lot of the little bells and whistles, the light changing. Yeah. There's it's fully integrated with Xbox. Everything, Xbox, everything. The Xbox app, the Xbox One itself. Huh?
But the way they made it and what Grimpachi is saying is easier to both markets, because PC gamers can buy it and it works just fine for them.
Yeah.
Just the keyboard and mouse, and they don't have to get an Xbox console. But if they just like the way that keyboard and mouse look, and if it's solid, to where they can game the way they like to game, and give them extra perks or whatever, they're gonna go with that trash. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see why not they wouldn't buy it. But that's two markets that they can just tap right into to sell that device on. So we'll see how great it sell, but $250, wow. They're gonna that one right there makes you just like when the Elite controller came out. Remember when that came out? I was like, ooh, it hurts. $150. How you get old? Like, huh? What? Like you ain't hear them at all. Huh? What? Yeah. $150? What?
That's crazy.
But other than that, man, it's all good, man. Let's move on, man. What else we got?
All right, man. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one because we've all this is a game we've all been looking at. It's a game that's been ridiculed, beaten up, and bamboozled all generations. So we're talking a little bit of Crackdown 3. So some new footage came out. It was originally shown on IGN. They had the exclusive footage. It did show some single player. It was single player footage essentially. Not too long. I think it was only like 2 or 3 minute long. It did give a good breakdown, some good visuals. So if you guys saw it, I don't know if you saw Grim Pachi show.
I got it up in the I got it up in the video. So
it's for sure. Yeah. So if you've seen it, you're watching it right now. You guys want to give you guys breakdown on the video, what you guys thoughts are about the video. Does that essentially make you excited about it, or is it like Timothy said in the chat, a Game Pass kind of only game? So we're gonna start with you again.
Let Grim go ahead. Go ahead and tackle that.
Grim. Okay, go ahead, Grim.
All right, man. I might be going a little bit long because Crackdown is my shit.
Go ahead,
but,
bro.
This is the thing that's gonna happen with Crackdown, man. I made a video talking about Crackdown might end up being my game of the year next year because, I agree with you guys. Some of them Sony games might not even come out, and I may not even like them. But Crackdown, I still play Crackdown to this day, and this looked like traditional Crackdown, and it looked, better than what it was before. Mm-hmm. What's the problem is going to happen is that it's going to be so many people that's going to just. I'm hearing it now. People talking about it took them 5 years to make the game. Just because it took them 5 years to make the game, don't mean you're going to get fucking Red Dead 3 or Red Dead. It's not that type of game.
Right. Yeah.
The game is just it's old school 3D. Drop you in the world, have fun, blow some shit up. It ain't the story. Trust me, I can bet right now ain't gonna make no lick of sense. It's not that type of experience. And all the advertisement is telling you that. You got Terry Crews acting retarded. It's not that type of game. But they're going. But trust me, watch what's gonna happen. All the reviewers are going to treat it like it's some serious game. It's not that. It's supposed to be about getting in there, having fun, blowing some shit up, and having a good time.
It's literally like a Expendables movie. If you've ever seen the Expendables, who gives a shit about? Nobody won an Oscar in Expendables. Nobody went to watch, to see, Sly's acting skills. We went there to see some shit blow up, some ridiculous ass, over the top, exaggerated ass, fight scenes and things like that. That's exactly what that game is. I think Grim Pachi though, the disconnect is that Crackdown is not a new game. We haven't seen it's been, especially people didn't like 2. A lot of people didn't like 2. So if you go all the way back to Crackdown 1, a lot of these guys didn't get a chance to even play it or have no experience with it. So when you see the game for the first time, you're like, what the hell is this? There's no story. They break it down almost like it based on what they're used to. So the game does not take itself seriously. It is essentially Saints Row level of like exaggerativeness in a big sandbox. It says, hey, do whatever you could possibly think of doing. It's supposed to be as outrageous as you could possibly make it. That's the whole point of the game. But you're right, Grim Pachi. I think there's no doubt that you're going to see a ton of reviews, and that's going to be a lot of them saying, "Well, the game. What is the story at?" I don't understand.
It just didn't make no sense.
What are you talking about?
So they're gonna butcher this trash, well, especially the Metacritic score. They love the Metacritic scores. I had a dude tell me, when we was talking about this, he told me in a Next Gen podcast, he said, in order for me to believe an Xbox game is great, he needs to see the Metacritic score. You know what I'm saying? So I know Ponies is just waiting on the score. If it's a 69 or 70 or whatever the case may be, they're gonna butcher this game. But that don't tell me a game is hot. You know what I'm saying? That's one man's opinions. All of us are different. All of us think different. This is why you have different genres of games, because it appeals to different people. Every game ain't built or made for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because it just don't appeal to your style, how you are. This is why you have like games like Sea of Thieves, and it's a following for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they say 5 million people playing it, so they got 5 million people fans of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not one of them sellers that's gonna sell, 20 million copies or something like that. It's not going to do that, but it's just based off of the type of gamer you are. And I'm not a person that I like games that's always the same. We get the same thing over and over again. All the story games and everything are all starting to feel similar to me. It's like you played them already. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all the story-based games, there's nothing new in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different character with a different story with a lot of them. So, so we need something to kind of offset those type of games. And if that's the only thing you pushing out, you know what I'm saying, it's really gonna make you just a certain type of gamer, and that's what you think all games should be. And that's not the case at all. But you know, like I said, this game looked like it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to play it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna see what's happening with it.
And before we move on, I want to go ahead and answer Timothy. Timothy Weekly said Anthem is Crackdown's problem. So I want to get your point, your take on that. Do you think Anthem is Crackdown's
all right,
problem?
I'll break that down for you. One, Anthem. Actually, it's kind of funny. Anthem may have the same issue that Crackdown may have. Everybody hates EA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? EA could drop a great game right now, and everybody will hate it because it's EA. And you know, people don't hate Microsoft much as they hate EA, but you know, that don't even make sense. They're not even the same type of game. Anthem is an online-based game where you play with other people online, and you know, it's co-op based. Crackdown is not that at all. Crackdown, like you said, it's like Saints Row or old school GTA before it got super. You know, well, the last one was Series 5, but you know, it's just silly nonsense.
Yeah,
they're just shooting and you know
just
blowing shit up.
I think it's the closest game I can think of right now that's similar, where it's just like a big world. They just say do a bunch of crazy outlandish.
Yeah. So I don't know what he mean by Anthem, because Anthem is going to be bought by people who want to play Destiny or you know any of them online co-op based shooters.
I think
he just what means that
Anthem's going to overshadow. Like it's not going to get a lot of, you know, it's not like
play.
You know how there's some games this generation, like the first Tomb Raider that came out this gen. It got put in the matter of fact, not even the first one, I think the second one got put in a real bad spot. Some games, Sunset Overdrive, got overshadowed. I think by Fallout 4.
It was the timing that they put Sunset Overdrive.
Exactly. I think that's what he's saying.
Oh, he's saying like the release date.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the only way that's going to, well, all right, that may be true, but check this out, right? All it takes for EA to do some bullshit, and we can all bet that's going to happen. All it takes is for EA to do something that they don't like, and then nobody going to want to buy it. And we can all kind of imagine.
But the problem with that, though, Grant, is that let's keep it 100. I'm not breaking no NDA, so please don't come after me. Not Anthem, but EA. What I'm saying is that from what I've been hearing, if Anthem and everything I've seen, if it's supposed to be what it looked like it's going to be a problem for any game coming out around that point. I think that's what he's saying. I think just based on what I've seen, and that's me talking. That's not even him.
No, I get what you're saying, but like this may sound crazy for those who never played it, but or just judge what they saw for YouTube.
I'm a Crackdown fan.
No, not Anthem. I'm talking about another game. Mass Andromeda should have been a problem. I bought that game. I bought that game at launch. I had no intentions of buying it. I bought it because I didn't even know they were making a new Mass Effect game. That's how out of the loop I was. But when I saw it, I don't listen, man. I don't let funny visuals and like that. Yeah, I played Fallout 3 in New Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That don't bother me. That game got some of the best combat. It got a great story. It's not a serious story, but it's not stupid either. It's one of them adventures where the good guy's gonna win. It's that type of story, and it's a great RPG. But because people didn't like the graphics or the visual errors every now and again, but shit, and now you get the game for $10. That game should have been a problem, but people don't like EA. That's what I'm saying. I think if they do anything, the most smallest thing that they don't like, because it's EA, that game is over with.
Yeah, we'll see.
And the thing is, I don't think it's going to be a strain because Microsoft basically giving it away. Crackdown.
Oh yeah, that's
Game Pass. You got Game Pass. I don't think it's going to be that bad because a lot of people got Game Pass and they're going to have it. You know what I'm saying? So if you purchase, Game Pass or whatever the case may be, you might not spend the $60 on it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, or whatever they're selling it for. But in Game Pass, you're going to still be able to enjoy that game. So it opened it up for the sequel.
That's crazy. Game Pass is like the ultimate safety net, bro. I swear to God. Like it really is. Think about it, man. Think about it, Show. It really is like a big ass parachute for developers. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Game Pass because I had it for a minute, and I'm not into the whole, but it's just cool. I could try something out, and most of them games, it's on a discount. So like if you try it out, it's like 30 or 20% off the game. So that's not the new games, but some of the older ones.
Yeah.
I think Game Pass thing is going to work out very well, and it's already working out well now. I think people are going to start realizing the value of it. As soon as a big game that everybody like that Ashton game. Actually, a lot of people accept me. They glad they got Game Pass because Ashton is tight. So more games hit there like that, it'll be fine. So you're right. The Game Pass thing might counter the big part of Anthem, because if you get the Game Pass already, it don't take nothing for you to download the damn game.
Yeah, that takes the whole buyer's remorse out of it. That completely removes buyer's remorse altogether.
Look, you can beat the game. You know what I'm saying? If you got it for 30 days,
$10 for a whole month.
You can beat the game. You just $10.
That's crazy.
It's simple, man. So I think it's gonna be great, man. So the more they build up Game Pass, I can see a lot of games like new games that's kind of double A-ish. You know what I'm saying? Going that route to Game Pass, and some AAA is going to go that route, to Game Pass. So
we know the first we know all first party is going to be Game Pass already. So
so there you go. It's Microsoft first party. So they're going to build it up, man. And I think it's a great feature to have. Like I said, I bought it. I'm loving it so far. I play certain games out of it. And I go from there. So, but yeah. Hellblade is in there right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't buy Hellblade, but I'm gonna play Hellblade, because I got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna download it. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't a game that I was really. It's my genre, but it wasn't on my radar for real. So, but
Hey, look, I might get killed for saying this, but when I had Game Pass, I tried out that Super Lucky Tail, and I was sitting back there mad because I'm like, damn, everybody's shouting this game, and this game is actually pretty good.
It's a platformer. It's a platformer.
Hey, look. This may sound crazy. It's better than damn Mario Odyssey.
Ooh, you about to get killed.
Oh yeah, look. This is Brent's first time. It's our first show. I'm just.
Hey, please, listen. Please don't the views I was playing. Bust your gun, man. That's why I love it. That's why I love it, man. Bust your gun, bro. They about to kill. Bust your gun.
You better go in there. Turn the notifications off, Brent, right now.
Nah, they ain't got it.
Hey, look, this is the thing. If Mario's a platformer, they forgot to add the platformer.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah.
Okay,
and that's like an old school style platformer too. I mean, I see why a lot of people like it. And this Cuphead was good.
Cuphead was amazing. Hard as hell, but amazing.
I'm still on it, man. I just started playing. I bought it recently, and I'm sitting there like, man, everybody talking about these games wasn't all that good, man. This game here is a game. It's games, and then it's walk-alongs.
The bundle of Cuphead. The game should have came with the game and like a big ass bottle of aspirin, as a bundle. Because that game is frustrating as hell, I swear to God.
But see, that's the difference. But when I was coming up, like on NES, Zelda made you that way. Some of the first Marios and all that little stuff, you got frustrated. So you wanted to keep coming back because that tapped into your competitive nature. You know what I'm saying? And you kept going back, you kept going back and trying to beat it, man. And you was determined. Nowadays, all games are walk-alongs. They don't make you frustrated like that no more.
Yeah,
and, that's
you gotta go play an indie game to get upset.
That's why I said it's games and then it's walk-alongs. And everybody go to walk-along, to hold your hand, the one to kind of just guide you through. Like, okay, you hit this button, you do this, you can go through. It's like you know how you learn how to walk, and they just put you out
Mario
there.
Odyssey.
Hey, shout out to Mojo. He be busting his gun. He said he likes Super Lucky Tales, but yeah, Mario Odyssey is a 3D masterpiece. How you feel about that, Grant?
He said 3D masterpiece.
Hey, look, man, I'm not one of these people that get mad at other people's opinions. That's great. I mean, if you like it, I'm glad you like it. I just think it's a 6 out of 10. It's above average.
And this is this is a classic example of why I say everything ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some things you don't like.
They honestly disrespected us, because all they did. This is all they did with Mario Odyssey. They said, "Hey, put a bunch of old Mario references in a game, and we can just kind of bullshit around with the. It's no challenge to the game. You can't die in the game. If you die, you lose nothing but coins, and coins don't do nothing but buy you costumes. And guess what them costumes are? More nostalgia. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I don't buy shit for nostalgia. So that didn't really do nothing for me. So that's why I'm
popping off over there. I thought I was locked and loaded. Grin came with the
Hey,
Grin over there firing off, man.
This how you make them mad by putting some Lucky Tail footage up.
Oh man, y'all that's exclusive. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just
oh man, but that's what's up.
That's
man.
crazy. That's crazy. No, that's very, very. You're definitely probably in the minority there, but I understand. I feel that way about some people. I think The Last of Us is the best movie I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, pretty much.
I swear to God, I think, and people will kill me for that. I just think it was. I'm not gonna say it was a bad game. It's not. But I'm definitely in the minority opinion when it says Last of Us. But take out the dialogue, not dialogue. Take out just literally. If you remove all, just mute the game, let it play on its own. It's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It literally is a movie with great actors, great storyline, great characters. That's what you fall in love with. But the combat, the mechanics, throw a rock, go to the next. Make the guy look that way, throw another rock, pick up this stick, wade over the water, push her ass because she can't swim over a 3 feet puddle, get up, throw another rock. Like, that's not
I'm with you because when you play the shit the first time and you don't know the plot, because the plot's so good, you kind of get into the game.
It's a movie. That's what I'm saying.
The game, and I know everything that happens. I can't even play it again because I always say, look, if you gonna play Last of Us, get it. It's not horrible, but it's probably gonna be something you're gonna play one time and you're gonna be cool.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna want to play again.
It's a great game. It's just that I think, like I said, I'm definitely. I've always said this. Go check my archives. I got a YouTube channel too. I've always said that. I think there's certain games that you just kind of feel a certain way about. Man, got to keep it 100.
Oh hell, shit. Okay, we're gonna go into some comments and see what they saying in there. I mean, hey, if y'all want, y'all can feel free. Y'all can call in. Just call Showstopper 2121 and bust your gun. I'm gonna give you a chance.
Let's do it.
And whatever topic we on, y'all want to sit here and chime in on it, you can call in right now. Showstopper 2121 on Skype. Just call me, and you'll come immediately to the show. So it'll work out great. But if you just want to chat and go in the chat, you got that option too. So like I said, once again, it's Showstopper 2121 on Skype. You'll see me posing up. Just call on in and say, hey, I want to chime in on this topic right here, and just go ahead and bust your gun, man. We'll give you 2 minutes, and then I got to click you out. But you got 2 minutes to bust your gun.
And once again, guys, hit that like button. Our first show, this very, very first show. We appreciate you guys all showing up here. Appreciate the love and support, man. Thank you guys for hit that like button. It helps us out a lot.
Hey, Blam, I'm so tired. This is the first show. This is the first show. I'm so tired.
Oh, man.
I didn't even put the title in the dang on description.
I saw it earlier. I wasn't gonna say that. So we gonna act like we did. I was gonna let you slide. You don't put yourself on Front Street. So what are you doing?
I don't care, man. I'll blast on myself, man. I was tired, man. Listen, I've been up trying to get this thing together, man, at the wee hours of the morning and trying to make sure this thing is smooth, man. I said, man, I forgot to put the daggone title up. You know what I'm saying? I had Tess still there. But I changed it now. Go ahead.
We got one question show from Tony. I don't even know how to say it, Tony, but I'm gonna shout you out. Tony kind of make a run, something like that. He said, "Did all you brothers know that the Switch had outsold the PS Vita in lifetime sales in Japan alone?" Very, very interesting. I guess you could say not surprised, but very interesting. When the last time a Vita, has done anything? Well, I haven't even. They stopped production on the Vita altogether, right?
The Vita outsold.
They still get games. The Vita still get games too. I got mine still, but yeah, it's a wrap. It's over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the Vita outsold.
Before we go off this topic real quick, Nintendo niggas got to stop. Like, let's really think about what he said. And I'm not saying he's a Nintendo dude. I know what he is. Yeah. But Nintendo people got to stop saying the Switch outsold shit that didn't sell well. That's like saying a professional basketball player outscored an elementary school kid. Okay, I don't. What are you talking about?
Grin in here popping off, man. Jesus, in here popping.
The what they say? You heard them say the Switch outsold the GameCube. A lot of things outsold the GameCube.
Oh man, see, look at this. This is stuff that they put in these games, man. Look at this, bro. Oh my god.
What?
You don't see it on the screen? Come on, man. That's what they like, bro.
Cut it out, show.
Hey,
cut it out.
I'm gonna leave it alone, bro. Let's keep moving.
Crazy. Yeah, so let us know, chat. What's going on? Anybody want to make a call?
It's another one on there. Andrew Wilkins. What are you talking about?
Let's see. Let me pull it up. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. I know he had a question. He said, but The Last of Us is a great multiplayer. Has a great multiplayer and is one of the top multiplayer game. Multiplayer MP. That means multiplayer, right? Is he
multiplayer.
Sure?
Multiplayer games.
Far and players number 15 million. When I didn't
it
even
has
mention
a player number
of
15 million. At all.
Yeah. I don't even don't get me started on Last of Us multiplayer. It's more tacked on than Uncharted's multiplayer. That's the last thing that they were thinking when they decided to make that game. That was definitely an add-on. It was let's not act like people are like. Do you see anybody? Do you see anybody playing Last of Us multiplayer at all, or Uncharted multiplayer? Those games are not. That's not what people buy those games for. Nobody's buying Last of Us saying, "Man, I can't wait to get on that multiplayer." Like,
I mean, hell, just think about the second one. When have you heard anyone say, "I can't wait to see what they did with the multiplayer this time"?
I don't know. I mean,
I've never heard nobody say that.
Yeah, I ain't heard nobody say that.
Everybody keeps saying, "Where's Joel? What's gonna happen to Ellie?" Ain't nobody said what new guns are gonna be in online. No, nobody talking about that shit.
Yeah, nobody's doing that. Yeah,
the reason why they think that game online was tight, and I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw it, I thought it looked interesting too. But when you play it and it's unbalanced as a motherfucker, it's not fun to play. It's because you gotta remember the PS3 didn't have no online games that was exclusive, that was tight. You gotta remember, Halo was still popping, Gears was the shit at the time. They ain't have nothing. So that game seemed like the greatest thing for them.
That was a joke. Anyway, go ahead.
The Last of Us Online seemed like the greatest thing since sliced bread to PS3 people. Mm-hmm. They just transferred that over to the PS4, but yeah, they don't that game online is not something people really care about.
We all know that. I don't even know why he brought. I'm gonna keep it 100, but appreciate it though. Let us know that down in the chat. I'm not even sure, but yeah, that's definitely not the strength of Last of Us. If you want to give The Last of Us a shout out, please talk about the character, the story. I don't know, but that's the last thing we need to big up is the multiplayer. Let's be honest. So I don't know. I don't even know where that came from, but anyway. So anything else?
He sat here and said Xbox all they have is Forza.
Who said that?
Guy in the chat.
Infrared. Okay, shout out to Infrared. Thank you for showing up. I know I've been looking at what he's been talking about in the chat.
Yeah, he said so. All we got is Forza. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, let's set the stage for this, man. Let me go here real quick. They tell us all the time that Xbox has no games. That's the ponies narrative. Xbox have no games. And they tell us like Halo, Gears, Forza that comes every year. So y'all expect that. So let's look at the games that they have that they get every year. Let me go to my Twitter real quick. It's time to put this to rest, man, because they are really out here, extra. So I asked ponies for a list of games that they have, right? That they had coming out, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Let me go down here. And I asked them for a list of games. I said, I need a list of games for you guys that y'all have. And one brave soldier put it up. All of them was asking like why, and all that little stuff and everything like that. So let me go down here where he put the list of games up. So according to Pony Logic, if you have sequels to games, you can't count those because they come every year. You know what I mean? So we look at it. God of War been around for God knows how long. Am I right about it?
Yeah.
God of War been here for a while. Spider-Man is nothing new. Am I right about it? Uncharted is all the way up to number 4. Can y'all see this as I'm going?
Yeah.
You see the list? Uncharted is all the way up to number 4 iteration of it. So you get that. It came out last generation, and they got 2 that generation. They got 2 this generation. Am I right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. So so you can exclude those according to Pony Logic. The only new games that they put out that's brand new IPs that you never played before ever The only new games that they put out was Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit, Bloodborne, The Order 1886, Drive Club are the only new games that they put out this generation. All right.
Okay, based
New
on what they
IPs.
said.
Huh?
New IPs, yeah.
New IPs. What I mean, because they said
if you want to get really dirty with it, Showstopper, we all know Bloodborne is the Souls game.
Yeah.
It's a Souls game.
We want to get really nasty. We could just
it's a brand new IP for them. You know what I'm saying? So when you get brand new IPs, this is just AAA. So you're looking at Horizon Zero Dawn, which came out this generation. Detroit Become Human, that's brand new. Bloodborne, brand new. The Order 1886.
Until Dawn as well. Shout out to
Until Dawn. Okay, and Until Dawn. I'll skip past.
And you only count games that they made.
What I'm counting, that the games that they put out that's brand new IPs.
New IPs that you never played before. That's on their platform. You never played it before on their platform. So, and if you look at it, AAA, Microsoft had Rise Son of Rome. What's that? Sunset Overdrive. They had I'm missing something. Rise Son of Rome, Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break. What else did they put out? Help me out, y'all. Quantum
Break. Quantum Break.
Hold on.
I'm trying to think, man. Wow. I don't want to brain fart on there. And I'm just going off the cuff because I got this list up right here. What else did they put out that's brand new?
All right, let me see.
And I'm talking this what we consider AAA.
As far as like just brand new IP?
You mean by how much money they spent on the reception?
Well, that's the perception, because you look at it like, you see like they got their AA. They got Everybody's Golf, Gravity Rush, The Last of Us, which was a remaster. The only new AA they put out was Knack, which is 1 and 2. And so you look at our AA, they put out Recoil, Lucky Tales. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's games.
But what about what is Cuphead at? Because
Cuphead is a AA.
You know they think about
Ori
technology and art.
Ori is a AA too. So they got it listed as AA.
Okay.
Not an indie, but it's an indie style, but it's a AA game. So if you look at it from
can you count Killer Instinct?
No, that's not a new. That's not.
I mean, it's an old game. That's an older game.
New IPs. Yep. So let's look at the new IP. So if you look at it from what they put out new, it's
about the recore. It's about the same.
It's the same. Yeah. And each console put out about the same amount of games brand new, besides their flagship games, which is their flagship games are God of War, Spider-Man, Uncharted. You're going to get that every year. You know what I'm saying? Persona is all the way up to 5. You know what I'm saying? You get that pretty much just every generation. You know what I'm saying? They got Gran Turismo. That's why I ain't even mentioned Gran Turismo. And then that Gran Turismo that they put out was trash. Drive Club, I can't even count that as AAA. I got to put that down in the AA list. The only thing good was on Drive Club was the rain.
Yeah, the graphics were pretty decent.
Yeah, the rain was.
Yeah, we said Until Dawn already.
We said Until Dawn. So if you look at it, they put out the same amount of games. You know what I'm saying? It's the same amount of games. No matter if you call it AA, AAA, they put out brand new. And I'm talking crisp IPs. They put out the same amount of games.
A lot of that though, show is recency bias, because think about it. A lot of the Microsoft's new IPs were early in the generation where they were still getting killed. 1080
that's
in resolution.
That's what I'm talking about.
So they came out the gate with a ton of exclusives, new IPs early. The first 2 to 3 years, they had a bunch back to back, and then with the X and them having to switch lanes and work on a completely different system. The X and the S and do things differently. That went away, and there has been a couple years where there's there's lack of new IPs. There's been a couple years here and there recently, and Sony's kind of flip-flopped. Sony took a couple years to get those God of Wars and things out. Those took 3, 4, 5 years to be made. So you're seeing those games.
What I'm sitting here saying though, my position is they are products of a pushback, because a lot of these games was announced early on. You see what I'm saying? They supposed to came out the same time as those games Microsoft was putting out. So what happened?
There has been some delays. Microsoft has had its delays. They also had
their delays too. But what I'm saying, they supposed to came out around the same time. So some of these have been pushed back a little bit. Not all of them, but some of them has. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're looking at 3 of. We just got done talking about 3 of them. I mean, they're not pushed back, but I mean, we're not going to see any of them anytime soon. Like we were talking about the Ghost of Tsushima, no date on that at all. Death Stranding, no date. Last of Us 2, no date at all. So,
yeah. So I mean, you know how it is. So it's just, and then here go the second list right here. So he had Infamous Second Son. He said he forgot about that one, and then he had the console, which was Street Fighter. Which that's been
hold on, Infamous Second Son.
That's an Infamous game. There's other Infamous games.
Yeah,
so that doesn't count. Yeah, that doesn't count either. If we're going based on what
the logic is, the logic is, and then they got their remasters right here, and a bunch of their remasters.
That they default themselves.
This list right here is not deep enough. It's a whole bunch that's missing from this list. But
that's crazy.
They had a lot of remasters early on. But other than that, man, it's the same amount of games. And that's why I sit here and be like, it's just Microsoft they spent their load a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they should have spaced it out.
Microsoft had to hit a 360 halfway through the gen, bro. They had to like I said, they literally threw everything they were doing out the window for the first 2.5 years, and it had to renege since they had to re-up halfway through. So it was a little bit different circumstance as far as what Microsoft did, all the flack they caught and everything that they caught over the first couple years of the generation. So it's just, I think Sony had to get warmed up. A lot of the games weren't ready yet when the gen started. The first 2-3 years they didn't have a lot. Besides like let's not forget about Knack, everybody. That's a new game.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
game,
so it's I don't know, man. We go back and forth about this all day, man. But at the end of the day.
Sea of Thieves. That's new.
Sea of Thieves. That's new.
That's a double A though. That's not a. They don't consider that triple, so they consider.
They don't call it triple. They don't consider it triple A.
They consider it a double A. So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
what about Ori?
Ori is double A.
Ori is double.
Look, we got all right. So we talking about money spent or how great the game is. No,
because that's true. The double AAA thing is subjective because. Some games are like Ori is AAA quality. It's not AAA budget.
Right.
They talking about budget. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's talking about as far as budget, but I'm just saying that's an example.
Without that point, then I'm pretty sure they spent a lot of money putting out that trash game, but it looked nice. That fucking Drive Club.
Yeah, Drive Club down to double A.
The game part put it to double A.
The gameplay put, man, it looked like Ridge Racer. It looked like Ridge Racer.
Damn,
with some speckles of rain. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here like, man, that game was trash.
Shout out to my boy Fuzzy, man. Shout out to Fuzzy over here.
Fuzzy cool, man.
But he was a PlayStation guy. That was his note. Drive Club was the game that he was like all in on. He was like, this is the game that's gonna keep me on PlayStation. And that shit came out. He was like, that was shout out to Z. That shit was dog shit. He's like, it was dog shit. It was terrible. There was no online. That whole online debacle, whatever was supposed to be on, there was zero online. Then they added it on later, like a patch, like a year later. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, that thing was a disaster.
The thing that got me with Drive Club is those that was early buyers supposed to have got it free.
Yes,
Sony turned around and was like, no. Y'all ain't getting over like this. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all bought too many consoles.
You're right. I forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be free. And they made them pay for that trash, man. They paid for it. Then they had to patch the rain in like 6 months later. Remember they released it? It didn't even have rain. It was just a game. And then they patched the rain in later, man. It was like that was god awful, man. They killed that game, man.
Cardboard cutout scenery.
Man, that game was trash. That game was trash. Where I was like, man, no way, man. But other than that, man, that was it. I mean, anybody else got anything they wanna chime in on?
No, I think that was it.
That was it. We good, man. Yeah. We kept it to an hour, and I'm thankful for that because your boy's so tired. I'm tired. I'm sitting here, man. I was up, bro. I'm trying to get it like to flow like this and everything. I'm still not finished with it. I still got to tweak some things and everything like that. Yeah. Excuse me for the little test thing in the beginning. Hopefully y'all understand. You know what I'm saying? I changed it now, but yeah, it was just bad, man. I was just too tired.
It's all right, man. First show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That's what we really care about. You know, everybody watching, let us know in the chat what you guys think about the show, man. Think if it's a good show, let us know, man. We feedback always helps, and then hit that like button too. For sure.
Button, yeah. But other than that, man, I mean, you know, we ain't got nothing else. That's it, man. Hey, get y'all outros.
We're gonna wrap this thing up. Yeah. So I guess I'll start with me. So your boy PTK Blam. I do the Shop podcast on Saturdays to kind of complement this show on Sunday. PTK Blam across the board, man. Subscribe to the channel. We just recently hit 12. I'm lying. 1,100 subscribers. So I'm trying to hit 1,200 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you guys have not subscribed to me, hit me up. Subscribe, appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for showing up to our first show. We got a lot more playing, guys. This is just a test run for sure.
Yeah, so pretty much. Go ahead, Graham.
Yeah, man, it's Grimpachi. Been around for a minute. I still got my YouTube channel, and I drop videos every now and again. You know, come by if you want to hear my opinion on different things. I just did a video talking about the Soulja Boy console, man. They trying to get him in jail, man. I don't even understand that one. You know, he ain't out here murdering, killing nobody. If you want to sell bootleg consoles, hey, look, you want him to go to jail? Why don't you want the Chinese people to go to jail? They're doing the same damn thing. So that's what I was talking about my last video. Go check it out if you want to hear more. But that's it, man. Peace.
Hey, by the way, that was a dope video too. I went and checked it out, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I gotta subscribe, Grant. I ain't even subscribe you.
Violent good points, man. Right, you know, and all while he's giving gameplay too. So yeah. He's playing live. It looked like while he was giving that, man, and it was just dope. So I enjoy it, man. I go watch Graham all the time. I love his opinions. So yeah, he's solid. PTK Blam, y'all go subscribe to the. If you ain't subscribed to him, y'all heard him here. Go support him, man. Go support both of these guys, Grimpachi and PTK Blam. I will grab their links and put it in on this video. But and I gotta, like I said, it's just a lot of stuff I just forgot to do. Your boy so tired, man. Your boy so tired. But that's all we got, man, for today. You know, hopefully y'all like the show. We will do it better next time. So yeah, hey, first show out, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a little rusty. I wasn't trying to go that route, but hey, it wound up being that route anyway with the name not being on the dang on show. I'm mad at myself. But other than that, man, that's all we got, man. We gonna get it together, man, and that's all we got, man. And this is your boy Showstopper, and we out. Peace.